Additionally, we are going to need this. This is a, I don't know, a crocodile too. So we're gonna need this to punch the holes in the spine. I forgot about your clips for your signatures to hold them in place, and corner rounder just in case you want to round your corners. And I value your time. Thank you for coming and watching. And due to that, I went ahead and cut all of the papers off camera. This one is cut to 11. No, it's not. It's cut to, yes, it is. It's 11. It's 11 by 3, which is the same exact size as the spine. So it is the exact thing. So what we're gonna do, I want 3 signatures in this book. I don't get the math, but because I want 3 signatures, I am going to fold it in 4. So I'm gonna half it twice, and that will give us 4. So that's 1 fold and 2 folds. La, la, la. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a signature is going to go here, here, and here. 1, 2, and 3. And I went ahead and marked it. We're going to do 1 inch. That's 1 inch in from the bottom and 1 inch in from the top. And we are going to fold those in as well. I hate that I did it that way, but la la la, right about there. And if you want to be cute, you can just fold your paper in half now, so we don't have to play this guessing game later. So there's halfway there, and then here's 1 inch. I saw the line right there. And I just folded them both down at the same time. So now we've got our markings for our template. So now you are going to get your awl, punch a hole in it at the 1 inch line. 1, 2, and 3. And on the bottom as well, or the top. 1, 2, 3. And now this is the part where, oops, I forgot you're gonna need it right here as well, in the middle. 1, 2, 3. And you're gonna mark it on your spine through your template. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can see my lines. They are, I'm glad you can't see them too well. And I like to put an X on them so I know exactly. 9 X's, or it's actually pluses, haha. And then go ahead, get to punching. And my kids like to mess with this, so I've got to make sure that I have it on the right setting. I don't want the huge hole, I just want the smaller hole that it has to offer. So I make sure that it's on the 1/8 setting. And I go ahead and center it to that cross and punch. Mine is gummed up because I use this thing so very much, so it takes a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and punch the next one since it's right here, and then I can show you all the next, all of the ones on this line. I try to clean it with alcohol to degum it. And that works some. If anybody has any solutions to degumming your Crop-A-Dile 2 completely, I would love to know. Make sure it is centered. Okay. And I've got 6 more holes to punch, but I can at least show you these 3. It moves up ever so slowly. Then it's because of my tape. Yeah, and I put that in there, which is okay. But so it's punched through my spine and through my tape. And now we'll move on to the other 6. Ever so slow. Go up foot. Okay, 3 more done. There's some stuck in there, but don't worry, I will get it out when I push my, well, it'll come out when I put my needle through, so I'm not worried. Last 3 holes. That's 1. Come on, slow-mo. Shoe. Come on. And last 1. Okay, good night. Should go way faster for you if your crocodile is new or unused or clean. But there go all 9 of my holes. And we are wired for sound. Okay. Don't worry. And so I went ahead and, again, like I said, cut papers off camera to speed up this process. So just a quick flip through. Map signature 1. And so I'm going to clip this together, make sure all of my papers are lined up the way that I want them to live forever in this book. And this clip. Oh, your mother. My clips are too far away. See, they're not gonna get everything. I don't know why I thought that was gonna help. But what I do is just go ahead, it's where I want it to be. I'm holding everything in place. I'm gonna put it up against the marks and just start. Boop, boop, boop. Still holding it in place. I'm gonna go ahead and cut. There's 1 hole. Here's my second hole. Please don't poke yourself in the fingers. I have done that quite a few times. And my last hole, I'm trying to make sure nothing moves, which it will. Here's my last hole. Okay, so that one's ready. I'm gonna place this there, again, to attempt to keep everything still. And now we'll just have to sew it in place. Everybody says to do your thread, this again is waxed thread. They say it's gotta be 3 times as long as your book. I only do 2. And I'll cut a tiny bit longer. And I've got my needle. Needle, I threaded it. Make sure you do not knot your edges. You're just gonna thread it through the needle. And this is the part, if I had my clip, I'd be good, but I don't. And so, gotta make sure individually it has fed through each and every paper. Okay, so I've got it through. I'm gonna go through, that's my middle hole. I'm gonna go through the middle hole in the spine. And I'm gonna leave a little tail. If you have washi tape, you can go ahead and tape it, and then it won't move on you. Now I'm gonna go up. You can go through the top of the bottom. We're doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So you can go through the top of the bottom. And let's go ahead, let me see how that did. And move this guy out of the way since he's not helping. Yep, that goes there, that goes there. This is gonna go right here. All right, and you're gonna pull it through. And since this guy's not doing anything, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of him. And pull it tight, making sure you're holding on to that tail. Now I'm gonna go through the other hole, which is the bottom. And make sure I fed the needle through every hole. And go in through the spine, the hole on the spine, and pull it through. Got everything pulled tight. I'm gonna go back up through the middle. Can you see that I'm on point? Yes. And now you've got to go back through. Make sure you do not put your needle through that thread or it will compromise the strength of your thread. And I'm lost somewhere, probably through the bag. There we go. Yep, and see I went through the thread. So just come back out and up the thread and go back in a different way. And so now I'm through. I'm gonna go on the other side of that thread from the tail. So I've got one tail on one side. Let's see, I don't like long tails. And it was still going through the thread. So you see that. But it's okay, I pulled it out. I have it very tight. Before you start tying holes, you wanna look on the spine and make sure that looks like the tar strings, very tight. And then come back this way and tie your knots. I'll go this way one time and the opposite way the next time. And you can do 2 or 3 knots. That's 2. And if I wanted to, I can go ahead and leave my string hanging because I am going to, but look at this, that's all the waste I had. Versus 3, and you've got long string, and wax thread's expensive, or can be expensive. And I just also don't like waste. So, my kids are dead smack out the door playing, so please excuse them. And then there's that. And then I am going to take my tape runner. And remember, I told you I've got to manually wind it now to get the thing to work. Joker. And I close. And now you don't see the thread from the signature. And I can either cut up here and have it top loading, or cut here and have it side loading, and that way can still hold journaling. So I've got one done. I'm gonna go ahead and do two. Let's try to do, I don't know, what I may do is go ahead and do this, because this is time consuming and I don't want to waste your time. So I'm going to do this off camera, and then I will come back when I'm done. This is going to be the final flip through of the book that I made. So to review, it was a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I did 3 signatures. So 1, 2, 3 holes for the pamphlet stitch. And again, this is the cover, and I realized the nose is cut off because it was so close to the edge of the page. So because I didn't have more to flip, it got the nose cut off, and it's gonna have to be what it is, but that also explains what happened to the back. So just gonna go ahead and flip through and show you the pages that I put in here. I went ahead and cut the top so that I can stick stuff in there. I went ahead and attached that off camera. Attach that. And I've cut this so it's top loading. I could put a card in here or just paper if I want to. That was supposed to be sealed, but I'm glad, so you can see that that's how I hide my stitching from my signatures. So also, this is the back from If It's Paper. I forgot to tell you that this was all what it was supposed to be about. That came from If It's Paper too. And this actually came from If It's Paper. They sell envelopes as well. So here's this storage. If It's Paper. This is coffee dyed paper. And this was, I wanted this for the calendar upside down, and the back side was a dog. I'm probably going to put something over that, but this is all sorted in. Okay, so I'm going to show you my wins and my fails as well. So this one, I attached this ribbon. This was the glue I used, Fabric Fusion, Aleene's Fabric Fusion, and just so you can see what really happened. I don't know how it's gonna look when it dries. It looks like it's gone away as it dries, but when it went on, it looked like it messed up my ribbon, but it's starting to dry and get less. So we'll see what it's doing. If I don't like it, I will cover over it. But again, I wanted you to see what actually happened. So this is from If It's Paper, and here goes the third side of it right there. This is the packaging from that turnip. And I just stuffed all of my goodies in here that I did not use. Here goes another of my goodies, another 2 items, and I just glued them on here. Haven't decorated this yet, or decided if I'm gonna keep it open, because I could just seal it as a pocket. Here goes the packaging from the turnip, and I will use that as storage. I can just open this flap and stick something in there. And I stuck that on. That was part of my goodies. I had 2, so I stuck one on the front and the back as a tab. Coffee dyed paper. Rabbit paper. This is the last signature. This is the napkin from If It's Paper. An envelope from If It's Paper, and I cut it here so it's side loading. I can still put in a card or journaling, but just to hide the signature. And the back pages. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you the next time.